Welcome back to another 8-minute deck tech with Jake and Joel are Magic. Today, I'm going to be telling you about my general, Kaervek the Merciless. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, Kaervek the Merciless deals damage to target creature or player equal to that spell's converted mana cost. Okay, so the deck is basically enchantments. These are the most important cards in the deck, in my opinion, because they're passive, they're very hard to get rid of, they're super sticky. The first one I'm going to tell you about is essentially the flagship of the deck. That is Havoc Festival. Players can't gain life. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses half of his or her life, rounded up. This is the theme of the deck. In with Havoc Festival, we go right into Moon Reflection. This is the 2-card combo. If you have both of these on the field, your opponent will lose half of their life, and then they will lose that much life again at their end step. Another card, Painful Quandary. Like, this is just like the exact theme of the deck. It is a Punisher deck. People are losing life. The game is just dying. You know, like, everybody's like going down in a fiery burning rage. No Mercy, which is also like one of the main cards in this deck. It protects you in a deck that really doesn't have a lot of creatures. Pestilence picks creatures off. We have Sulfuric Vortex, Underworld Dreams, Mana Barbs, you know, Price of Glory. This is the kind of card that's really going to shut down your blue mages. Whenever a player taps a land for mana during another player's turn, destroy that land. I run a pretty basic and straightforward Mana Rock package with Mana Vault, Soul Ring, Darksteel Ingot, Thran Dynamo, and Gilded Lotus. These are the kind of spells that are going to get us around cards like Price of Glory, where if we want to tap for mana during another player's turn, we can use Mana Rocks to do it. These get around Mana Barbs. No deck is ever complete without removal. We have spot removal and board wipe in this deck. There's a lot of spot removal. Go for the Throat, Terminate, Hero's Downfall, Dreadbore. We got Devil's Play with the flashback cost, Chainer's Edict, Consuming Vapors, Barter and Blood, some sacrifice spells in case there's a hexproof theme going on. Now, like I've already mentioned, there aren't a lot of creatures in this deck. This deck really is about clearing the board, making sure that you protect Kaervek with your enchantments, and then just burning people with their own spells converted mana cost. So we have Niven Ural's Disc, which is a pretty basic EDH card. This is just like a nice catch-all of, you know, basic things that you're going to destroy. Damnation, Decree of Pain, Overwhelming Forces. We have All Is Dust. We have some damage spells with Earthquake, Blasphemous Act, Magma Quake. Well, I said there weren't a lot of creatures, and here they are. Mogus, who is basically just an enchantment in this deck. He goes along with like the theme of Sulfuric Vortex and Underworld Dreams. He's just constantly burning people. Everyone is losing their life total at all times. And Sepulchral Primordial. It pretty much speaks for itself. This card is an EDH house, and it has been ever since it came out. It's always good to be able to go and find a card that you're looking for to fix a situation. The most important card here is Diabolic Revelation. And the reason it is because this deck will sometimes have so much mana, and you can use Diabolic Revelation using all of these Mana Rocks and just go get a grip full of cards and just really turn the tide of battle. Here are the Planeswalkers that the deck runs. Karn Liberated, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Karn, just because target player exiles a card from his or her hand, or you exile a target permanent. It's just a very good utility removal Planeswalker. And Ugin pretty much operates like a board wipe. It's -X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's one or more colors. Damnable Pact is really notable here. Target player draws X cards and loses X life. I do love, I've already mentioned it, the Mana Rocks and being able to ramp into high cost for your X spells. Damnable Pact is great because you can target an opponent with it. You can target yourself with it. You can draw cards if you need them. You can burn an opponent if they're weak. Wheel of Fortune, it's a great disruption spell. If you've already played everything that you're feeling in your hand, just wheel your opponent's hands. Other than that, you know, just scry away with your crystal ball. Toper Orb, Damping Matrix. Toper Orb, shutting down ETBs. This card is so good and it works so well in this deck. Damping Matrix, the same thing. Like, activated abilities of artifacts and creatures can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Expedition Map to fix mana early in the game. Tormod's Crypt to exile graveyards. Exsanguinate, each opponent loses X life, you gain X life equal to the life lost this way. This is just such an amazing card. Profane Command, you know, I'm not going to read everything to you on Profane Command, but it's good. Beacon of Unrest, Rakdos Charm. Rakdos' Return. This card can really bring the salt because you can just knock a player's hand out with it. It's not as dirty as Mind Twist, but it's getting there. Pests and Flames, you know, there's a lot of sorceries in the yard, and there's a lot of ways to generate mana in this deck. So having Pests and Flames there to bring cards back is great. Chaos Warp speaks for itself. Vandal Blast, you know, destroy all artifacts you don't control for Overload. It's so good. And Sorin's Vengeance, just because I love this card. It's just like shoot someone for 10. You're ramping into it with the rocks, so you might as well go for it. The land section of the deck. At the top here, we have our Strip Mine, our Tech Edge, our Wasteland, our Ghost Quarter. These are just lands that are going to destroy other lands. A lot of times you'll have a Cabal Coffers you have to get rid of. Moving on from that, we have our mazes. Mystifying Maze is basically a bad Maze of Ith. We have Maze of Ith. These are our cards that are going to allow us to remove attacking creatures from combat. We only have a few creatures in the deck. So if you don't have spot removal, having a way to remove it with your land base is always beneficial. Homeward Path, in case there's a mind control effect on Kaervek. Cavern of Souls, because we don't want him getting countered when he costs 13. Let's be honest. Temple of the False God, Bajuka Bog, a whole bunch of stuff that's in every EDH deck. Up here, I have one of every fetch land that can be run in the deck. This has been another 8-minute deck tech with Jake and Joel Are Magic covering Kaervek the Merciless. Thank you for spending your time with us. I know that your time is valuable, and I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, think about subscribing. Go and check out our sponsors. It's all in the info below. Go down there, click some buttons, figure out what your favorite button is to click. If you like the deck, give us a thumbs up. If you hated it, tell us why you hated it. If you have any ideas, be like, Jake, why are you not running this card? Let me know what card it is. It better not be Nether Void because that card is so expensive and it would already be in here if I could afford it.